Systems Development Lifecycle of a Project, Part 1. Overview. Effective planning can help to create the future by designing a desired future and then inventing ways to create that future. It may sound straightforward, but is easier said than done. This is especially true in the planning, creating, and deploying of information systems. The Systems Development Lifecycle, Sdlc, is a set of methodologies that aim to deal with the complexities associated with information technology projects. This lesson is the first of two that focus on the specific stages of the systems development lifecycle and role that nurses can play in translating nursing processes into system requirements. Focus. The systems development lifecycle originated in the 1960s to develop large-scale business systems. The Sdlc is represented by a number of models, but the oldest and most popular, the waterfall method, consists of a set of phases in which each subsequent phase of the Sdlc uses the results of the previous one. 9 steps are identified in the Sdlc. The first 4 of them and the implications for nurses involved in the Sdlc process are discussed in this lesson. Number 1. Preliminary analysis. The objective of this phase is to conduct a preliminary analysis, propose alternative solutions, describe costs and benefits, and submit a preliminary plan with recommendations. The organization's mission and vision are clearly identified, and the nature and scope of the problem under study are clearly delineated. Finally, alternative solutions are proposed. A preliminary description of the costs and benefits are identified. Number 2. Systems Analysis Requirements Definition. In this phase of the project, the goals and functions and operation of the intended application are identified. This process gathers and interprets facts, diagnoses problems, and recommends needed improvements. Additionally, end-user needs are identified. The pros and cons of the current system are explained, system requirements are stated, and the specifications, the specific technical functionality, of the needed system are described. Number 3. Systems Design. In this phase, the system design is described. Whether a system is developed or purchased, this description identifies the desired features and ways in which the features address the requirements of end users. It is important that users distinguish between features that are nice to have versus essential features that users need to have. Also, implementation teams must consider the interoperability, capability of the proposed system or software applications to communicate and exchange data with other systems of the system, and consider the goodness of fit of the proposed system or application to meet the problem at hand. In other words, how does the proposed system solve the problem? In general, the following criteria meet the general guidelines for good system requirements: non-ambiguous, understandable, complete, correct, within scope, quantified, user-centric, testable, traceable, implementable, unique, and consistent. Number 4, development. If a system or application is to be developed, the requirements are, and the code is written here. If a system is purchased, a request for information or RFI, and then a subsequent request for proposals or RFP is developed in which the problem to be addressed, requirements, and specifications of the needed system and a timeline are provided to potential vendors. As a master's prepared nurse with advanced practice expertise, you may be part of a system selection committee and asked to translate clinical issues and needs into system requirements and features. This is tricky because humans process complex activities, such as clinical decisions, in a very rapid way, taking into account a myriad of data points to make a single decision. Nurses can help shape key IT choices by delineating the steps of their actions. The table below provides an example of how a nurse could analyze a clinical process to determine how a system could assist the nurse to improve the process or address a clinical problem. The here and now problem, analysis of the problem, translation to system requirements. What is done? Why is it done? What should be done? Where is it done? Why is it done there? Where should it be done? Who does it? Why does this person do it? Who should do it? When is it done? why it is done at this time, when should it be done, how is it done, why is it done this way, how should it be done. Finally, the nurse's expertise regarding how the data are used can also contribute to the system requirements. Specifically, data in the system may be used to support clinical practice, facilitate nursing administration decisions regarding allocation of resources, negotiate managed care contracts, and demonstrate that nursing actions make a difference in the quality of care. Summary: the systems development lifecycle is a set of methodologies that aim to deal with the complexities associated with information technology projects. While several models for the Sdlc exist, the waterfall method is the oldest and most common and identifies several specific activities involved in system selection or development. Nurses have a unique opportunity to play a role in system selection through their efforts to translate clinical practice needs and processes into system requirements.